and we're doing a study through the book of Proverbs to lead us into a time of prayer. And we'll be looking at Proverbs chapter 3. Well, presently in Proverbs verse 15, that's what we looked at the last 2 days, and we're just going to continue from that. It says, happy is the man who finds wisdom and the man who gains understanding. Why is he happy? Verse 14 goes on and tells us the things that makes that man happy, blessed, right? Remember the beatitude. Jesus talks about different things about that could be considered as blessing, that increase us, the same word here, blessed, happy, right? It's a man who finds wisdom and a man who gains understanding. Verse 14 says that for our proceeds of wisdom and understanding, there's a kind of a close association here between wisdom and understanding. Now, like I said yesterday, understanding is it brings you, helps us to gain mastery over wisdom, right? Wisdom is what we need to make a difference in our life. Wisdom is like the key to life, but that key needs understanding for us to have mastery of that key, because that key itself can kill us. It's just like power, right? You can have power. Power on its own can kill you. As much as it can break grounds for you, it can also kill you if you don't have discipline. Discipline is what brings that control, responsibility, accountability to the power that you have. Wisdom is just like that also. Wisdom is power. Wisdom is a key. Understanding brings a sense of accountability, a sense of circumcision, a sense of responsibility to the wisdom that you have. Because wisdom tells you the limit of understanding, tells you the limit of wisdom itself. It reminds you who you are. It's like the generals in the ancient times. They had a slave behind them, always telling them, what's that word now? Memento mori. Remember, you are mortal. Don't be carried away by the power that you have. Remember, you are mortal. Remember that man, what's him now? After Peter was held to be killed, God released Peter, and he was boasting. And the Bible says, and people were saying he was talking like God, and God smote him. See, he had power. He could do and undo in the earthly realm. But that power overcame him. That power consumed him such that he began to compare himself with God. But understanding will tell you that no matter how much power that you have, there's a limit. You are mortal. You're going to die one day. Though you are powerful, you're not immortal. Same thing that happened to Nebuchadnezzar. Right? Nebuchadnezzar had so much power. Even God showed him the image. Instead of him on putting that image in the right perspective, he began to he created a replica of the image he saw in his dream and wanted people to bow to it. He started getting to the place of ingratitude to the God who had made him. So God had to come in and show him, humble him. Give him a time when he was driving him into the forest like animal, right? He had power, but he lacked understanding. But God had to help him get understanding so that understanding can then put his power in the right place. Same thing that happened to Nebuchadnezzar's son, right? He did not learn from the father. He said, go and bring the cup that we took from a temple of the Jews, and wanted to use the cup, the vessels that were in the house of God, wanted to use to drink wine, and God judged him. He had power, but he lacked understanding, right? We need understanding to help us use wisdom aright, so we can truly get the benefit of wisdom without wisdom killing us. Because wisdom also is a two-edged sword, right? As much as it can work for us, it can work against us, depending on the way we use it.